Fold to final.
Want to one-up each other even more? Like, get it over on the other person, you know?
What?
Take that home with them, have that bragging rights.
Oh my gosh.
Masashi Oya, so short on chips, only has 10K left behind. And lets it go. Do feel as though perhaps Donnie 7-deuce, even though it is 7-deuce, is worth a gamble.
Go fold, go fold. Fold to final.
Yeah, I'm not.
Masashi Oya perhaps hoping for a miracle bust out of someone else to get a little pay jump. Either way, he only has 5K behind after posting the small blind right now, so likely going to be all in here. Foxen ace-5 of clubs going to come in for the raise. Oya here committing finally. King 10 offsuit. Zobian's going to come along from the big blind with Queen 3 suited, so we're going to have one player all in and action on the side. Oya can only win 65,000.
One player all in, heads up, back on the side.
7-7-8 on the flop. Ace high is going to remain in the lead. Three hits the turn. Now Zobian with the lead. Doesn't change Oya's situation though. He still needs a king or a 10. He was behind against ace high already. Zobian with just a pair of threes, happy to just go to a cheap showdown, perhaps get a money ladder by sending Oya to the rail.
Check.
River card. 5 of spades. That'll give Foxen the win in this hand. It also means the end for Masashi Oya. Number 1 on Japan's all-time money list is going to be our first casualty at this final table. He was by far and away the shortest stack coming into the final table, so no surprises here. He's going to collect $30,000 for his efforts. And he can now go and take a nap as he has clearly just woken up. Zobian with the bet, Foxen with the call. He's going to show the ace-5 and take this one down.
Good game.
Masashi Oya eliminated in 6th place. Donnie, and now the real poker will start.
So this is a real hand.
You win.
We were playing
And now you
heads
have
up
more.
tournament in Vienna. Okay, Amarillo slims up against this businessman amateur. Right? He opens ace king. The guy 3-bets. He calls. Comes king 7 deuce. The guy just open rips, and Slim goes, "All right, let's go." As he does that, the guy turns over 3 kings. Right? It's a different kind of poker. And Slim goes, "I said let's go. On to the next hand. I wouldn't call that man on the telephone." As if he was going to fold. And then he got away with it because he said, "All right, let's go." Guy turned his hand up.
Wow.
Look, the ace.
Wow.
Almost irrelevant to what I was trying to say. Like, is
Yeah, no, I was
its
just
value, but yeah.
I was a yes and.
Yeah.
That wasn't a no but.
I was actually saying that the value of that is actually.
Sebastian's good advice. Back in
Yeah.
the day. Just getting in
Speaking of
free with ace
never
queen.
going broke with ace-queen here, Kristen
You don't
Foxen
have
picks up
it.
ace-queen
30%. Okay.
against Aram Zobian, and Jack 3-4 is one of those spots where you shouldn't go broke with ace-queen. Jokes aside here, top pair for Zobian. Foxen whiffs on this one. Doesn't have diamonds
What do
either.
you think your ROI would be if you could take yourself now and everything you know and go back to like 2003?
2003, 2004.
Yeah.
I think it was already incredibly high then.
Yeah.
Because I had a good figure for how to play those fields, but it'd be higher now. Like, I think I was like 4 back then, probably maybe 7, 8.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you could get to like 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, but it sounds
Very
crazy.
slow, and
Yeah, 2-hour levels.
the fact that everyone's style was so low variance back then too just favors you so much.
Right.
Like
Never
you just
have
like
to-
never have to get it in a light in a
You're
close
never in tough
spot.
spots on the river where you have to face like potential
You
third
could just
barrel.
like cruise with over 100 big blinds for a
All the
lot
flop.
of the tournament. Yeah.
All the flop. When
Yeah.
they check the turn bet. There you go. Solid.
Yeah, and if you took time to like recreate a strategy with like knowledge that you have now, specifically towards how people
towards
would
how
play,
people
then you
play.
just like you could do some really insane things
Yeah,
that
I
just
already-
like
I
make it
already know
really
some-
hard to lose.
I already know some of the things I would do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like
I mean,
one-
some of them you still do now. Like
I'm
like a
saying,
lot of
like,
them
stuff
apply
that I-
right now, but even back
Stuff
then,
that I think about, like that I would work now, like would be so much better then.
yeah.
Way better.
It would be a really fun thing to just like experience.
Yeah. There was a video game, like they created in the 80s or something.
No, I
I
just mean
think
like
just
that
a game to
technology.
play.
just-
195.
Yeah, like-
195,000.
Be like a flight simulator, but for the WSB main.
To that conversation, I know you guys at home watching love it when they can hear the players talk, so this feels like the perfect hand to
700?
just be quiet for, as Foxen raising it up to 700,000. Donnie, how believable does this look as a bluff? Wow, Zobian lets go of top pair, and Kristen Foxen pulls off a really nice bluff here to
Come
rake
on.
in the biggest pot we've seen so far at this
Everybody
final
pay their
table.
time extensions?
Laskowitz, but
I
somehow
think
it's
he
not
did a video
translating
with this
into
guy. I forget his name.
any
Maybe
profit.
it's like Greg Goes All In or
Yeah.
something. He made a little video, and it's like this GTO wizard, and the kid is dealt ace-5 suited, and he's playing versus like this old nit.
Yeah.
And it's so funny
Yeah.
because it's like, but chart says to 4-bet, and then the guy like 5-bets. He's like, but chart, like I forget how the
Yeah,
end went.
yeah.
Do you remember?
It's like
It's 3-bet, then you got
old,
5-bet.
old man coffee opens the button. He's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, ace 5 suited. Like,
That's a 3-bet.
he's like,
Yes.
he's like, I can just call. This guy's really tight. And then GTO wizard comes flying,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like ace 5 suited is a 100%
Yeah.
3-bet from the big blind.
And then he 5-bets it.
And then he 3-bets, and the guy is like, I re-raise, and he's like, oh, I was bluffing, got caught, got a fold, and then GTO wizard comes back and is like, ace 5 suited is a 100% 5-bet. He's like, all right, and he shoves, and
Guy has aces.
the guy is ace.
What do you know?
And then GTO wizard's like, oops.
It was great.
It's
like-
really,
it's
it's
very
really
like-
well done. Yeah.
It's a funny parody of reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when I hear some of these people say stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this guy's not bluffing
Yes.
though. That's kind of a problem for you.
I have my best hand.
Huh?
Yeah. Another good video he did was the types of dealers.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
He does some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen from that guy, but that was, it
I'll
was
show
really
you
funny.
it after. It's good. Yeah, we have to watch it again. It's really.
I went to
funny.
his house in Vancouver because I was staying there.
I think I might have seen. Yeah.
One
Oh,
with
cool.
the Batman bit.
Oh, maybe I didn't see that.
Oh, this one's funny.
Okay.
You got to look at that one.
Oh.
Those are
Okay.
pretty good fight sound.
The guy brings a rake.
impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brings a rake and I sign it. And he's like, can you
Okay.
sign another one? Can you sign another one? I say, you make me sign one more of these, and I swear. And then he does, and then I take the rake, and, and then I walk out like, that felt good.
Raise 65.
It's so fun to watch a final table with 10K buy an event with some world-class
I thought it
players.
was going to be a more rake is better joke.
Well, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, that was the thing. So like, he says, can you sign this? And I'm like, haha, very funny, I get it. And then, then he starts
85.
needling me a little bit, and I'm like, okay, dude, seriously, that's
7:15.
enough. And then he does it one more time.
Double up.
Relatively
At
small.
1.2.
And he immediately picks up 2 jacks here, so it's it's right back to it, raising under the gun.
Donnie, of course, we all know Pocket Jack's trouble hand.
I'm making a run for the best.
We've all
tricky.
We've all lost plenty of tournaments or cash buy-ins with Pocket Jacks. Of course, Negreanu, he's on a different level. Let's see how this hand plays out as Zobian, who is known for his aggression, does a little bit of calculations here, but does decide to throw that Queen-10 off into the muck now, down to both blinds. And Alex Foxen looking at that hand, or at least close to it, that he just mentioned about the GTO Wizards of the world. going for pure aggression with a suited ace, especially if it's a wheel card. So ace 4 of spades here. Foxen gonna take a conservative approach, and he just makes the call. Queen, deuce, deuce. Some backdoors there for Foxen. Negreanu sees that one overcard. But Donnie, you don't have to immediately be scared of the queen, right?
No. I mean, you don't have to, but you also don't have to just ignore it completely and just come out firing, you know? Negreanu does elect to check back. 6 on the turn here. Might be a spot where, okay, Alex gonna check. At some point, I would think Negreanu's gonna bet at this. As long as he gets a clean run out, I would consider a 6 on the turn there, 8 on the river. Pretty clean for him, so. If Alex does bet here, Negreanu's got just too much of a hand to fold. He'll likely call, and if Alex does decide to check again, you could certainly see Negreanu trying to get a little bit of value here.
And you can tell by the motion and the facial expression that Negreanu is still very much involved in trying to make a bet, and he does so quickly, of course, but sometimes you'll see players sort of relax and ease up when they are closing the action, indicating that there's not going to be a bet or a raise. In this case, Negreanu quick with the bet, bets 85K. If you're Foxen here, Don, you're trying to see and figure out if Negreanu is going to bluff with worse here.
I think it might be hard for him to be bluffing with worse here, just
Jacks.
because I feel like he would have bet already. If he had, I don't know, a 9-10, something like that, right?
Yeah, I'd say one
Short stack.
adjustment I would make for 2004, just as small as this. Nobody ever bet less than half pot post flop at any point. So just that alone, just like c-betting quarter, 30, even 35%, doing that alone already makes you infinitely better than 2/3 pot, which is what my standard was like 60 when I was bluffing, 80 when I had it.
Yeah, and it's probably great.
Yeah, so now you
that's
can
like a
go
perfect.
80 when you have it, 20 when you don't.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
can make it even further. 25, 30.
Do people
great.
respond the same to the small bets?
Well, nobody ever made them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people would respond to the same to 60 or 80, right? There was no difference.
Yeah,
in
that,
one as
Yeah.
well.
that I believe.
But like nobody really faced third pot.
Yeah, it's just-
ever. Nothing. I'm not even kidding.
Even
Never
when
was-
I came up, like when
Yeah.
I started playing poker, it wasn't a thing.
No. So just that
Yeah.
alone, being able to see bet like a lot,
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
you know.
So yeah, when I started playing, that was like all I probably was way too small in
Really?
those
Yeah.
spots. Like my 3-bet size was
Oh yeah, he played like it was limit.
Yeah, yeah.
like I had 3-bet to like 2.2x.
If someone raised, he
I like
he
it.
was
no
like
matter what stack
three
depth,
bet.
just like
I love
in.
it.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. I like
Did
it.
it work really well?
yeah,
I think it kind of.
because it actually like they like played almost the same range.
Ended.
And if they're not 4-betting enough, you're getting away with it.
Here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And their 4-bets are usually so. Their 4-bets, if they ever did, was just way too big anyway. So
Yeah.
like, they made it easy for you because you're like, all right, when you have it, just call. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, you got me. They didn't put you in tough spots.
Yeah.
You're going up to 25,000.
Another one of my favorites was 7-card stud. This isn't a cheat, but like Ken Flayton was playing heads up with Stu Unger, and like by the end, Stu had open 7s, and Kenny Flayton started with a flush draw. On the end, he couldn't beat the 7s. He couldn't beat his board.
Okay.
But he knew that if he raised, it would look suspicious, and he might get called by just 7s. But Stu had a propensity that if you call and you can beat his board, he just mucks his hand. So he's like, you can't beat the 7s. He just called.
Yeah.
And then
so
Stu's
he
like,
has
all right,
to-
you
so-
call. So he just mucked his hand. He won the pot with nothing.
Wow.
That's funny. Yeah, that's sharp.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just sharp.
Yeah.
I might kill him.
Yeah.
Might be a lose.
You look bad either way. You can kill him.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It was lose.
Killing
But I
an
was like
asshole.
young, stupid, and drunk.
Lose by definition. Really.
I mean, it's just, but it's
Yeah.
part of who we are.
it's necessary.
Like it's in our nature, human nature. The violent streak, we all have it.
Look
We're
at
all
this.
capable of it.
Foxen versus Foxen. Kristen raises to 130K from the small blind. Alex finds aces in the big blind. We could see some family feuding here. Alex with the 3-bet here to 280K. And trust me, this time he's not going to throw his cards into the muck like he did in previous situations where Kristen got the better of him at this final table.
10 seconds.
Alex came into this hand with 23 big blinds.
All in.
Wow.
man.
Kristen
Ooh.
moves all in.
Wow,
Alex calls.
Whoa.
These guys playing it straight.
Wow. Professional.
You're one so
I was
good.
about to say, you put him in a mood.
Yeah. Now I might. Yeah.
You might.
Wow. Huge flop coming up here. Oh my God.
Felt like
She
I-
hasn't busted
Queen
you
in
ever,
the
right?
middle here.
I have not busted. He's busted me a lot.
So weird. I knew.
I mean, it's not over, so
I know, but
Deuce or
it's,
three.
2 or 3.
it's
Yeah.
not too far
Yeah.
from over.
Or an ace.
Oh,
Turn card. Deuce of spades.
Anyway.
Extra outs now
might not
for
have a spade.
Alex Foxen.
Or club.
River card. It's the 8 of spades, and Kristen Foxen delivers a bad beat to her
At least it
husband.
went there.
As Alex Foxen is eliminated in 5th
You
place.
flattered me on a final table before.
Did I?
In a
Ace is
big
cracked.
pot. I mean,
WSOP
have you ever
again
gone
on
to
a
the
daily
Seminole
schedule.
Series or the Hard Rock?
I think I went one time.
Yeah.
That was enough. I was annoyed. I got annoyed. I sent the wire.
Oh,
It was there, and they're like, "Well, he doesn't have your name on it." I'm like, "What do you think? I'm a random dude who just walked up? Like, can I get 100K credit?" And they were like, "It was just such a hassle." I got tilted.
it's so bad. Yeah. We've had the same issues. I think everyone has.
But yeah, again, we're going to keep posting more WSP throwbacks. We're just trying to warm you all up for the upcoming World Series of Poker by posting some more of that throwback stuff. As Negreanu raises it up here with 8-6 of spades. Foxen comes along with King 9. King 4-3. All diamonds. Foxen again with the best of it. Negreanu perhaps finding the worst possible turn card as he hits a pair of 8s. It's going to be hard for him to beat Foxen's king. He's going to continue firing though after Foxen called 100K on the flop. Now on the turn betting 250.
Curious to see if Daniel has 3 streets in him here. Certainly does look like it might be trending that direction, and if he does pull the trigger here on the river, it's probably going to put Kristen Foxen in quite a bit of a pickle.
Almost $1 million in the middle. River card, 3 of spades, pairs the board.
Check.
Looks like
Check.
he's going to be checking behind. Yep.
King.
King's good.
This goes back to what I mentioned earlier about body language. Negreanu on the river, immediately sort of surrendering and going for the check there. Smart check by him as Kristen Foxen had top pair, and now for the first time since the start of the final table, Daniel Negreanu no longer the chip leader. Kristen Foxen on top. She now sits on 3.2 million. Negreanu down to 2.4, but still very healthy. We got Laskowitz and Zobian as our 2 shorter stacks, both below $1 million right now.
670.
Well, there goes
670,000.
that.
You want to count?
No, we're fine.
Couple of 10s here for Daniel
670,
Negreanu.
Wow. We could be looking at a massive
Not
coin
folding.
flip situation here.
Debating. Yeah, all in.
You're all in?
Negreanu moves
I was just
all
deciding
in.
whether to see a
Zobian
flop first. Yeah, fair fight.
with the quick call. Called
Looks like
for the
we're gonna-
additional 325,000.
What's this?
His
Oh, we're gonna flip. I get it. I was like, what? Looks like we're gonna flip.
That's a very good flipping hand. Right there.
You think so?
Zobian just breaks out the flip phone out of nowhere. $2 million in the middle. Zobian looking for a king or a queen. Negreanu hoping for his tens to hold up. Here comes the flop. Big coin flip. Ace in the window. 8-8 behind it. Very good flop for Negreanu right now. Zobian does have backdoor diamonds available
Queen
to him.
spades. Jack of diamonds.
Yeah, Jack of Diamonds, a fun one.
Zobian,
Queen of
6
spades,
outs
Yoko
right now.
Fukai.
Turn card. Deuce of clubs.
The what?
Still
Yoko-
6 outs for
Yoko
Aram
Fukai.
Zobian.
Yoko Fukai.
If he doesn't hit,
Too greedy.
he will be
No, I
our
need it.
4th place finisher. Can he find it, or will he walk to the exit? River card is the 6 of clubs. He cannot find it. Aram Zobian eliminated in 4th place. He takes home $50,000. And Daniel Negreanu rakes in the pot and retakes the chip lead.
He has gone. You are at a pretty big deficit to both Negreanu and Foxen. I see Foxen here with 2 nines right
Wow.
away.
Negreanu ace-8 offsuit in the small blind. Laskowitz, like we said, the short stack in the big.
Call.
Negreanu just with the call. 8-5 suited for Laskowitz. Donnie, is that the type of hand you like to get involved with?
I think this one's probably fine to get in there. I mean, you know, kind of going back to 1, it's suited. You know, 2, your hand's probably not going to be dominated too often. I mean, it will be at times, of course. And then also, you know, I think you got to gamble at times.
Wow, look at this. Top set for Kristen Foxen. Laskowitz with a flush draw. Negreanu has the ace of spades, so if we somehow make it to the turn with 3 players, a spade could make things really interesting, but I cannot imagine Foxen checking behind here.
80,000.
80,000 is the bet from Foxen.
Daniel does have the ace of spades, so we'll see what he wants to do.
Donnie, if you're Laskowitz here, is this an invitation to just move all in?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, you're short. You don't have that big of chips. I mean, I think you flop enough equity here that you just want to make sure you see 5. And there's going to be times when, you know, you just check jam and they both fold, right? You know, obviously not this time, but...
Yeah, Laskowitz, of course, would be happy to shove and get 2 folds, and then he has the
All in.
flush draw as a backup option. He does move all in. Kristen Foxen asking for a count. We know she's not going anywhere. Perhaps Donnie trying to feint a bit of weakness here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that. Of course, you know, she wants the count as well to see, you know, how I'm going to proceed in this hand. Am I going to just flat here in position, and which could potentially invite Negreanu in for a call, maybe entice Negreanu to put in a raise. You know, at least at the current moment, Kristen Foxen is sitting there with the nuts. She has the absolute best hand. She's going to call, and Daniel gets out of the way quickly.
All right, Laskowitz, tournament life on the line. Negreanu happy to get out of the way for this clash as Laskowitz looks for a spade to survive. Ace of spades no longer an option as Negreanu folded that.
Too many.
So 7
Did you
outs
open
here.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I had one of his outs. A spade.
7 outs plus some back doors.
Exactly right. 7 outs plus some backdoors for Laskowitz. So it's not done yet. 1.7 million in the middle. Laskowitz doubling up here would really change the game. Turn card is the 5 of clubs. That doesn't do anything for him, as Foxen already has a set, so that pair kind of a waste. Laskowitz looking for a spade to survive, or else we will be heads up between Kristen Foxen and Daniel Negreanu. River card is the ace of diamonds, and Samuel Laskowitz busts out in 3rd place. Laskowitz takes home
Now we're deep.
$70,000
For
for
now.
his efforts.
Yes.
And we are now heads up between Negreanu and Foxen. Pretty insane.
You know, as you mentioned earlier, if people want all information about the PGT, pgt.com. And I will say that, you know, coming up January 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, those are 3 satellite days for the PokerGO Cup. On the 22nd and the 23rd, each of those days, there's an $1,100 satellite here at Aria. And then on the 24th is a $560 satellite. Got to get back to the action here, though. Here we go.
Huge pot developing. Negreanu 3-betting to 560K. Foxen, ace-queen offsuit. Massive hand here. Donnie, if you're Foxen out of position, are we in 4-bet territory here just to take that initiative?
Yeah, and she might just elect to just 4-bet rip this. I know it's big, but you know, don't want to make things a little bit awkward.
$500.
560.
Okay.
She's gonna just call.
I owe you one.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than $1 million in the middle, almost 1.2 out there. Negreanu has the inferior hand. He is dominated here, but he has position. So let's see how this one goes.
Donnie, how worried are you right now getting called if you're Negreanu?
I mean, you have to be worried, right? You have to. I think she has a good hand. You know, she's not just getting in there with, you know, random stuff. But you have position, right? And you can see how this one plays out. Now, this sort of board, I think, might favor Negreanu a bit here. He's also got, you know, an interesting little connection here. He's got the ace-4 spades. Some backdoors here. Of course, the immediate inside straight draw.
Wow, he moves all in right away for twice the size of the pot, and Foxen with a snap fold. Daniel Negreanu is on top of his game, realizing that a lot of the time he's going to be up against those types of hands. Ace-king, ace-queen. Good luck making the call in a spot like that.
Yeah, and I mean, he probably figures if she's got a hand that ultimately flops an overpair there, 8s, 9s, 10s, she's probably just going to try and get those hands in pre-flop. So maybe he takes those out of the equation. Kind of keeping the damage to a minimum. Which, for him, somebody who takes that small ball approach a lot of the time, that can pay a lot of dividends down the road.
Out of position here, Negreanu raising to 200K with pocket 7s. Foxen in position with 9-6. That might not be strong enough to come along with, but she is reaching and does make the call. Is position, that much of an advantage here, Donnie, that you can just see a flop?
Yeah, position and also the stack sizes here. I mean, these two are very deep, so if Negreanu was a bit shorter, maybe that 9-6 just finds the muck just because you don't have that, that implied value to get Negreanu's stack or get a lot of his stack. And now kind of continuing with that train of thought here on the flop, flopping middle pair, she'll probably be enticed to come along here. Negreanu comes with 150 on the flop.
We can see that the 7s are still ahead of the 6.
400.
Foxen here raising it up to 400,000.
Look at this.
This becomes a tough hand to play for Negreanu because he knows that if he calls, he might be subjected to a lot more big decisions on turn and river.
Yeah, and it's a tricky board where, he's got 2 red cards. There's a flush draw out there. There's some different straight possibilities. There's an overcard. So this turn card is going to be extremely interesting. Could certainly change kind of the dynamics of the situation. And with her aggression thrown into the mix, I mean, it's not going to be an easy street here on the turn for Negreanu to play.
Deuce of clubs on the turn gives Foxen a flush draw to go along with her pair. Now, Donnie, we pick up equity, but we still don't have a hand to be super comfortable with, it being a pair of 6s. Is Foxen likely to continue firing here?
I think I was going to say, I think she might check back, just with that being a club. She just gets there.
Runner clubs here for Kristen Foxen. 1.2 million in the middle. Negreanu left with 2 red 7s.
I'm not sure how much additional money's going to go in here. Maybe Negreanu wants to turn his hand into a bluff here.
600.
Look at that.
Wow, he bets 600,000, turning his pair of 7s into a bluff. Foxen has a flush, but it is the 6 of clubs. But still, Donnie, we're never folding a flush here, right?
I mean, she could.
Call.
I don't have it. I have sevens.
I have a flush.
Oh, you already had it?
No. No.
No, I had you. Damn
You
it.
did
Nice.
have me.
Good
I'm
600.
running hot here.
Daniels felt like he's been pretty much on point this entire final table, and also during heads-up play. You know, he made a couple good folds during heads-up play. There, he made a good call in heads-up play. Of course, the one that didn't go his way was when he had the 2 red sevens, and his bluff got picked off by Kristen Foxen, but still feels like he's pretty dialed in. You can say the same for Kristen Foxen. She also feels extremely dialed in. So it's making for quite an entertaining heads-up battle here. I mean,
120.
they're playing poker. They're deep. It's fun. Limped pot here.
Call.
Both players flopping a pair. Negreanu's pair is second best, but he's got that 5 working for a gut shot straight draw. And he calls Foxen's bet. 7 on the turn. It's another heart. Neither player with a heart. 480K out there in the middle. Foxen's first, and she checks. We'll see if Negreanu wants to bet at this one, or if he just wants to check back and, in the words of Brent Hanks, take that equity to the dome. He does check back 6 on the river. Now trips for Kristen Foxen.
Check.
$240.
240.
Half pot here from Daniel. Can't imagine Kristen is ever folding this hand, so she's going to be debating between calling or raising here. Just hit 4,000 likes on the video. Appreciate you guys over on the YouTube channel.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. I did say I'll drop 20 YouTube community memberships at 5,000 likes, so
950.
we're trending that way. Raise here from Kristen Foxen, 550. Kind of smallish here. See if Daniel can find another disciplined fold here. Maybe there might be some possibility he's got other plans in mind. I don't know now that he's. I thought she said raise to 550. It's 950. My fault on that. I thought I heard her say 550.
Big raise from Foxen with trips. Negreanu considering making a big call here. Wow, he makes the call.
Jack 6.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Kristen Foxen
950,
rakes
right?
in a
Yep.
huge one.
Overflows?
100%.
Fill it up with some gold coins or something? Let's go.
Whenever I see a gold trophy and I see Daniel Negreanu, I think back of when he won the PokerGO Cup event and he drank from the cup.
All right, we're back, chat. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We're back. Let's go. Audio's working. Everything is going smooth. We got Negreanu versus Foxen. It's been an awesome stream already. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we got
Could be trouble
yeah, I
here
was
for
gonna
Daniel.
say we got king and king. Negreanu with king and 9. Foxen with king 3, flopping 2 pair. This hand started out so friendly. It was a limped pot. It was check on the flop. Now on the turn, Foxen bets 200K. Negreanu clearly going to value his king here. You can't fault him, Donnie, for thinking this is going to be an awesome chance to double up.
Yeah, and he's also got that 9 there, which blocks the Jack-9 straight possibility. Don't think Kristen would have an ace-jack because she's probably raising that pre-flop, so he's got to feel pretty good overall. 700K out there. He's got 1.68 million behind. Let's see what sort of sizing she wants to come with. Wonder if there's ever any world where she just 2.5x or 2.25x
1 million?
rips this in. 1 million. Look at that.
Wow.
So that
my
is the overbet.
Spidey senses say this isn't good for me, but if I fold this, they'll laugh at me. 1 million. Man, I'm so dead. How can I be dead though? What the fuck is this?
It's like he knows it.
Wow.
Oh, I had you had me. I had king.
Yeah,
nine.
yeah.
I was like king 9.
Oh, wow, yeah. No,
Blew it either way.
You gotta listen to your gut, Daniel. Your gut is always right. Daniel, the
Would've felt silly
flashbacks to like the 2005 World Series of Poker. Negreanu takes another massive hit to his
guess I didn't
stack,
go
now
broke.
down
Could've
to
been
675.
She's now up over 6 million. He's got below 1.5, so
Did I pay my time banks?
No.
2, right?
a 4-to-1 chip advantage for Kristen Foxen as she looks to close this one out here at the finale of the PGT Kickoff Series against none other than Daniel Negreanu. They are playing for a difference of $60,000 in prize money, $165,000 to the winner.
10 seconds.
Can Daniel Negreanu come back? Can he come back?
I mean,
Call.
Foxen is dominating this match so far. She's also making some hands, which obviously helps, but she's slowly but surely extended her lead here. As we see 9-9-3 on the flop, Negreanu hitting a pair of threes.
Eight.
$180.
180.
Daniel comes with a check raise here. Foxen makes the call. That's 7-8, wrapped a little bit around the 9. It's also got backdoor clubs.
Yeah, it's the modern game of poker. If you even as much as sort of have a sliver of the flop, you're going to be excited to see the turn. The turn, in this case, not very helpful for Foxen, but still, she has options here. Negreanu with just a pair of threes, not looking too strong.
10 seconds.
$175.
175.
No incentive for Foxen to play this slow as she has nothing going for her. But for Negreanu, this is also a terrible situation. You're short. You only have a pair of threes. You know that Foxen can do this with air as well as with strong hands. The fact that it wasn't raised before the flop, perhaps giving Negreanu a bit more confidence. And again, the counterfeit. This happened earlier with kings and queens on board when Daniel hit a pair of sixes. Now kings and nines on board. And Foxen's 8 high is best here. Everything going Foxen's way so far.
She might end up betting this here, just thinking that she needs to bluff at this one.
10 seconds.
550.
550.
All in.
All in.
Fold. Nice hand.
Thanks.
Negreanu
I
comes with a
don't know if
check
50 is on
raise
there.
all in.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is insane. Negreanu check raised all in
That would
after
be a sick
Foxen
bluff.
bet 550K.
Nice.
It really was.
Sick. A 3 something?
Deuce 3.
Yeah, I
I
thought you
said
had a
fuck
3.
it. I was like, I don't know. If she has ace high,
Go
she'll
for
call.
it.
But
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
bluffing,
yeah.
then you can't call.
Nice hand. I can't call with that.
Off to a good start in 2024. Kristen Foxen, though, we got to give her some credit. Ever since Heads Up Play started, she has played flawlessly.
We've got a pink
I'd like
card.
to say.
That's probably enough.
Oh,
And a 4 cross. I don't know what it is, but we'll find
All
out.
right.
There we go.
450. I've got. Oh, then I must have
paint
the
and a
king.
4 across.
All right.
9. Yeah.
King 9
450
versus
this time.
Jack 6.
Okay.
Negreanu a favorite here to double up. And that's the problem
Get
with
some
how big these
spades,
blinds
but not
are.
too many.
He just doubled up to $1 million, and now he can double up to $1 million again. So sort of stuck in neutral. He's going to need a run of double ups, and here's the flop. Oh, Jack in the middle there. And Foxen now 2 cards
And would be
away
fine.
from winning this event. Daniel Negreanu looking for a king and a king
6 we
only,
can-
or
we can leave early.
backdoor cards to make a straight. Turn card.
Called for the 10 for
10.
that.
That gives him a ton of
Hey,
outs.
7. Queen, king. That's all. Easy peasy.
7, queen, king, 11 outs for Negreanu. He's going to need to hit. Kristen Foxen 1 card away from taking it down. River card.
9.
The 9 of diamonds.
Good game.
And
Game,
Foxen
you played great.
Thank you. You too.
fun.
Wins
I,
it.
I ran amazing. Thank you.